I lowered the bitrate a little bit, maybe that'll help. Yeah, so I decided not to disqualify Snowcatcher this time since we did explicitly make rules to try to avoid that kind of thing, but then it still worked even within the rules. It seemed unfair to disqualify it. Yeah, it's they're exploiting, but it's kind of clever too. So. Oh, lucky there. Somehow got more points. Those plasma mortars are hard to think with, but when they do, it can be so decisive. Team matches would definitely be super cool. I definitely want to do this at some point. Definitely. I want to have like free-for-all matches too, with like 10 ships all going at each other. That would be fun to watch, I think. In the future. Yeah, the real solution to the exploited ships is just to program the AI so that they don't work. I mean, so that the AI just like flies around the back and shoots the core, right? That's what it should do. Yeah, I have like pathfinding algorithms that totally work and everything. It's just not that explicit use case isn't programmed in yet. Well, we'll see who wins the interceptor category. Maybe if we have time, we can run it without them afterwards. The diplomatic gunboat keeps getting hit against these super long range, super long range drone ships. I guess it's gunboat diplomacy, right? That's a thing, right? Gunboat diplomacy. This should be an interesting fight, actually, because the Intersmasher has enough range, probably, to stay out of range. It's clever. Or not. Just rush in there. It's a good idea, too. Oh no. It's not catching its turning, though. Oh. It's kind of maneuvering, though. Yeah, 1,000 was probably a little bit low for the, or a little bit high for the range requirement there. It's a little depressing to watch these beautifully designed ships futilely bash their heads against this huge wall of armor. Oh, you're on the back. Go, go. Come on. Yeah, probably might win here. It doesn't get caught. Yeah, looks like Fry's gonna win this round. Maybe not this time. No, don't go in there. No, it's a bad idea. It's a trap. Run away. Run away. Yes. Oh. So like team battles would be awesome. Like there are a lot of good ideas for tournaments and a lot of things to work on in the game too. Everything has just been kind of compressed during the Kickstarter. Trying to pretty soon it'll be over and we can go back to full-time development, add more features and really great. Yeah, Frias is looking pretty good here. As long as it doesn't get stuck here. No. Oh, maybe? No, it's gonna get stuck. Oh well. That was a good run. Well, the snowcatchers will get to fight each other anyway. That should be exciting. This doesn't look very promising for war. Just can't get enraged. One nice thing about the exploit ships is that the quote-unquote exploit ships is that they provide a clearly defined enemy to root against. Yeah, that's the problem, is that how do you define exploit exactly? Like, it's within the rules, right? The solution is just to change the rules in the next tournament so that we don't have ships like that. Or even better, to do something like make armor cost a very small amount of P so that it's just better balanced in general. One of the reasons I don't want to just that I want to hone the rules as opposed to, one of the reasons that I want to figure out automated rules for figuring out whether ships can be accepted or not is because eventually the game is going to have this ship sharing feature, and people are going to be able to upload their ships, and the game is going to have to automatically decide whether they should be incorporated into other people's games or not. And we can't I can't search through all the ships manually, right? It has to be totally automated. So one of the things we're doing is using these tournaments to develop rules for that. And the reason the plasma cannons aren't firing at the drones, and the reason the railguns aren't firing at the drones, is because it's like the AI has a lot of these edge cases where there's a situation like this where like a person could be like, well, it should be doing the other thing, but it's really hard to know exactly, because what would happen a lot is that the AI would be like rushing at some other ship, and it would have the other ship would be firing missiles, and the AI would shoot at the missiles with the main cannons, and then miss an opportunity to actually shoot the main ship because the cannons were reloading. So it's hard to get it it's hard to get the balance just exactly right in the AI. Okay, here we go. Kind of really looking forward to this. Yeah. High drama. those like snow-shaped obstacles on the front though are kind of genius, right? Because like you kind of blow them up, and then like the ships still get stuck in them. Like if it had just been solid armor, the ships would have blown a hole in them way faster, and they wouldn't have gotten stuck. I saw a lot of proton ships getting stuck in the snow when they could have just cut through straight armor. That was kind of cool. They are probably regrowing faster than they're pulling each other apart. Probably will come down to points here. It looks like Mark 1 is going to beat its successor. It's hard to identify exploit designs automatically, because the whole point is that, I mean, the very definition of an exploit is something that like fits within the game rules, but it doesn't fit within the spirit of the rules from the point of view of the people, right? I mean, we can run game simulations very quickly in the background, but like it's like, oh, they won a lot. Does that mean it's an exploit, or does it mean that they're just a good ship? It's hard to tell, right? Okay, looks like one of them might get killed here. I think the core's right in the center there, right? It's hard to see. Oh yeah, there we go. Drilled right through. It would be cool to use game running like simulation, like to run game combat simulations in the background in order to identify like interesting ships for the player to fight against or something. Like the game could see what kind of ships the player was flying, and then it could like select 10 potential ships for them to fight against, and then like run a simulation to see which ones won against the player the most, and then you could pit the player against that. So it'd be like guaranteed to be challenging. That would be kind of cool. Yes, just Destiny collision direction. Yay, computational physics. I think this is the sort of the solution to exploiting ships is really to just define the rules so that they just don't work. Not to try to identify them. Not to try to identify ships that seem exploited. Like we just need to make them not win the tournament by changing the tournament by making the AI better or something like that. Okay, this should be an interesting fight actually, because Drew Smasher's got the range advantage there. He might be able to just drone away at Snowcatcher. I think someone was asking earlier what makes a ship a sniper. The AI behaviors are determined by looking at the ship itself, and also by looking at the enemy ship. So the ship becomes a sniper if it realizes that it has longer range weapons than the enemy ship. And then of course it has to have both longer range weapons, and I think also it has to not have a really strong damage per second advantage. If it has a really strong damage per second advantage, it'll just try to rush in and kill the enemy ship. Yeah, I think that this match is going to win. So with regard to allowing certain kind of content into the game, yeah, we'll probably have ways to do that. Like if you have Steam friends or something, you can prioritize your Steam friends chefs to appear in the game. Or, I don't know, maybe you can select them explicitly. I haven't figured out all the details yet, but I think it's a decent idea to allow people to select what goes in their game. Or just turn it off if they don't want to have that. It's more exciting, right? Like, to have this kind of battle, right? You don't really know who's going to win. And, like... Nakamo, you're doing super well this tournament. I love how an inter-smasher is like 3 units out of range here, and the antimatter cannons keep exploding like right out of range. The drones are doing a job though. Okay. You win. Here's your category. Oh yeah. This is some serious explosions. Sweet. So bright. Uh-oh, laser brick is not going to come backwards. Oh, those mines, wow. Careful, 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 laser brick. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, knocked them just in time. Laser brick's little escape pod. Oh, not too maneuverable, actually. Laser brick seems a lot more maneuverable. It's missing half of its life for some reason. I think laser brick has lost all its proton beams here, which is causing it to run away a little more, which actually seems to be better, a better strategy in this case than when it was attacking. Yeah, drones are working out pretty well this time. As long as it doesn't hit any of those mines, honestly. Alright, here we go. Last. There we go, now that laser bricks lost its lasers, it might be able to stay out of range. Ironically. The titular lasers being its greatest weakness. Oops, nope. It's trying to engage. It's not gonna work. Marcus wins. I suspect the snowcatchers won't be quite so powerful here. Armor is going to be well, as powerful against the heavier weapons. The cruiser cross. Or is this dreadnought cross? I think it's good. So the way the AI deals with the mines the same way it deals with missiles and everything else, which is that if the main guns are not like targeting anything else, then they can shoot at mines the same way they shoot at missiles or drones or whatever. The thing about mines is that in the real world, mines are like stealth, and that usually like you hit them when you aren't even like thinking that you're engaged in combat, and that's sort of what makes them powerful. So using them in combat without any kind of stealth capability is a little weird. They're not really mines, they're just like depth charges or something. Diamond Destruction is doing pretty well here. I wonder if the snowcatchers would have been better if they had all drones, actually, like instead of any plasma cannons, just 100% drones. Yeah, ships always have such such creative names. Come on. Agent's ships are always extremely beautiful. Although sometimes a little weak. This one's doing pretty well. Oh no. Hit by those plasma mortars. Oh, antimatter cannons. The factories are a separate block from the drones. It's a little confusing because the factories, like, are they even available in the ship builder? I can't remember. I think not. The factories are an important block in the main, like, campaign world game. You can use them to build, like, fighter ships that you also design and maintain a little fleet of, like, a bunch of ships. So in some sense, they're you can spawn, like, custom drones with them, but they haven't been part of the tournament because we're just doing one ship versus one ship. Wow, that was abrupt. Sorry, to eat away. It's kind of a cool looking ship too, isn't it? Oh. I like how missiles are actually, like, really good point defense against antimatter cannons sometimes. They cause the antimatter cannons to blow up, like, preemptively. The battle raider, I messed up. Which we'll look into that. These missile barrages are turning out to work pretty well against the antimatter cannons, but fortunately none of them are getting through. Or unfortunately for Battle Raider anyway. And Juggernaut is truly good at running away, so there's not much chance of catching up here. Ooh. Such a big explosion when the antimatter cannon hits the missile. The particles go everywhere super fast. And I feel like Battle Raider would be a pretty formidable opponent in post-combat, actually, but it doesn't look like it's going to get a chance. Oh, Sphinx might be just blew itself up a bunch. I'm not sure what happened there. This mandible cruiser has all proton swords. It's closing in gradually. Just gotta watch out for those mines though. Can't quite get there. Oh, there goes Gross. Oh, wow. That was close. Not sure why it's might be shooting in such a widespread pattern. Oh, didn't get range that time. Wow, took it out right before it was wrecked. Yeah, that's close. I really like the colors on the Kennedy battle platform here. Especially when the lots of mortars charge up, it looks really cool. Oops, those mines are not going to be very helpful there. But it doesn't matter. The Kennedy battle platform has its armor all cleverly everywhere, except for right in the very center. Well, I think they killed each other there, but I guess Fortress was a second first. Oh, Diamond Destruction is super nimble here. Yeah, you know what's happening with the railguns? I think I know why they're bouncing out and shooting in all directions sometimes. It's because they make their dodging calculation based on the AI currently only has one number which specifies how fast it is, sort of how maneuverable it is. So sometimes ships with really like with tons and tons of thrusters pointing in one direction actually like can't dodge at all, but the other AI thinks that they can dodge super well. I think that's why the railguns are shooting in such broken spreads. Of course, in this situation, the spreads are pretty appropriately sized because Cruise Smasher has equal thrusters everywhere. It looks like the spreads are just hitting it like just on the edge, which is exactly means that the spread is exactly the right width because Cruise Smasher is dodging as fast as it can and can't quite get away from all the railguns. So it's perfect. That should be an interesting battle too. much like the Interceptor finals. Actually, this Juggernaut doesn't have drones here, so it's going to be a little harder. Uh-oh. Oh, it's escaping. It's escaping. Not quite. I think these guys were both in the last tournament, right? I think did Spot D win? They may have. It was pretty. I remember it being at least in the finals. I think Envil was up there too. Oh, wow. It just takes an instant. Once it gets range. Yeah, so the you can see the Sphinx Mod D is using slightly excessive railgun spreads here because Envil has such disproportionate thrusters, but I don't think it would have mattered. The railguns didn't have enough stopping power to stop Envil anyway. This diamond ship is super nimble. I know, I really want to see that too. That if you place all the ships together and like have a big free-for-all, it'd be awesome. I could do that actually. Maybe I'll do that really quick. I can do it in the sandbox. Maybe I'll do that really quick after the normal tournament is over. Kind of wanted to make something like that, like part of the actual tournament, but it's like too random probably. You have to run it a whole bunch of times to make sure the initial position didn't matter, and then like ships that ran away would probably get a really disproportionate advantage if you're just looking at survival. Although you're supposed to count kills. I mean, so the game can. I mean, it will run, like, you can have run with thousands of ships, but it'll run slowly. At full speed, it depends on the size of the ships a lot too. Like, larger ships take significantly more CPU power. I mean, we could probably have, like, maybe about 500 probes, but, like, only, like, 50 dreadnoughts, something like that. Yeah, 50 dreadnoughts might even be slow. It depends a lot on what kind of weapons they have and stuff like that too. Like drones take up a lot of CPU power relative to airguns. Depends how fast your computer is too. And also you can turn down, there's some settings where you can turn up or down the physics time step. So like usually it runs at 60, the physics runs at 60 frames per second, but you can make the physics run at 30 frames per second, which makes the game run twice as fast. I probably won't fix the number of ships Well, I mean, the gameplay tries not to have too many ships. It does actually have a cap on the number of ships. Oh wow, I'll see if it gets through here. Oh no, it's getting stuck. Oh no, it's lost its thrusters. Oh, this is sad. It's just sitting there, helpless, getting pummeled away. The number of ships, I mean, from the point of view of the gameplay, it's like we don't really want to have the game be like different on people with fastest computers. We want the game to be kind of like the same experience on everyone's computer. So the game, in the main campaign mode, it tries to maintain, you know, it tries to keep there from being too many ships in the game. But the experience degradation when the game slows down a little bit is actually not horrible. Like, it just kind of runs in slow motion. The rendering is decoupled, so it doesn't get all like stuttery. So I think there'll probably be, if you have a slow computer, there'll probably be situations where the game runs a little bit slowly in certain areas of the map, but it shouldn't be that bad. Oh no, Diamond is getting stuck. Come on, Diamond, don't get stuck. You can do it. Yay. We grow. Go around the side. Come on. It's too bad Diamond Destruction doesn't have a tiny bit of point defense. Just a couple. Oh, does it? Oh, those look like flat cannons, yeah. No. Oh, those drones. Simon can just stay alive. This round, it might have a chance. Just run away at this point. It's so many points. Ironically, the drones are probably kind of keeping it away. Oh, Diamond takes round 2. It's not going well. Oh well. Snowcatcher wins. Oh, congratulations. Whoa, this Zarya battle carrier is awesome looking. Can't tell which ship has lasers. Is it Zarya? I think it's Zarya. Yeah. Oh, so cool looking. I love those fins. So much firepower. All that armor not helping at all. Huh, 2 long-range ships here. Kind of an interesting combination. I think artillery like doesn't go forward at all. Wow, that's a lot of drones. They are getting confused. I guess they're going at. Oh, look at that. Carrier B taking out artillery with artillery. Yeah, I'm getting some lag. I think it's local. The drones, those drones are really hard on the CPU, and also the streaming software is hard on my CPU. Also, the drone launching causes a lot of camera stuttering. I think we had this problem last time. Because it changes the center of gravity of carrier B, like, sort of abruptly, and the camera was looking at the center of gravity. Oh, look at that, taking out the torpedoes with the photon cannon. Oh, so slow. Launching the drones. I think the drones are like getting stuck inside of the Carrier B, and that's like making the physics go crazy. Yeah, the AI definitely needs a better understanding of which direction it can thrust in and which direction it can't thrust in. That was definitely on my list of priorities. I was trying to get it done for this tournament, but you see those drones like stuck inside of Carrier B getting shot out at like super high speed. That's funny. Oh yeah, the convex hull thing. Basically, there's an optimization with the way the physics work in the game, which is that like it's slow to simulate every block as like a separate physics object, and like to do the full level of detail, it's really slow if you have a lot of ships. So what it does is if the ship is not actively getting blown apart, it takes the convex hull of the ship and it just simulates the physics for that. So it's like one physics shape for a whole ship versus like, you know, one for every block along the outside of the ship. So it's a huge win. Even if like only half of the ships have their convex hull active at any given time, it reduces the physics shapes by like half. So it's a really important part of making the game support a lot of ships. But so what happens is that sometimes the convex hull turns on and then it pushes all the stuff that's inside the convex hull out. It turns the convex hull on even if there's a little bit of debris. I could probably just turn off the whole convex hull optimization for the tournament because there aren't so many ships that it would be a problem, and they're mostly blowing each other apart all the time anyway. Wait, make the drones always unstick in YM ships. What? Oh, those beautiful, perfect railgun sprites. So perfect. Does Symphonia have slightly angled proton antimatter cannons? I think it does. Yeah, the drones have a lifespan. I think it's about 30 seconds. There's that sort of glitch where the drones will spawn overlapping with other blocks in your ship. I'll probably fix that eventually. The drones are kind of weird because they like collide with your own ship, whereas like missiles don't collide with your own ship. It's kind of a weird edge case. It might make sense to make the drones just not collide with anything the way the missiles don't, but yeah. I think things collide is kind of more nice if possible. Nihilite is getting all distracted by the drones here. I love the color scheme on Osteon. Oh, so many drones here. Ooh, look at that torpedo array. I want to see that hit something. It's so hard to hit any of the torpedoes, though. Good at blocking antimatter cannons. Yeah, antimatter array looks like a Cloud City or something. It's kind of a cool thruster area on the back. Looks like cooling fins. Those torpedoes get blown up dramatically. Wow. Ocean is super good at dodging. So deft. The heck is Dread Fortress doing? No, it's driving him right into the minefield. No, don't do that. Luckily it went around the other lines, but I can't see this ending well for it. I was trying to dodge the drones. Oh, it's dumb. I'm trying to dodge the drones. Dodge the mines. There you go. Oh, it's lame. Yeah, I need to fix that. Dread Fortress could really use some point defense, I guess. Yeah, no, it's just like squirming around in this tortured manner. I think the mines are giving it a hard time too, actually, because it's trying to rush. I think it would be. I think it may be squirming around a lot, actually, largely because of the mines, more so than because of the drones. Because there's this constant wall of mines, and the dodging is going to avoid flying towards the mines. I think the Dread Fortress doesn't know that if it just flew up right next to the in front of the mines and then shot onto us, it would be fine. It's just like, oh, I can't go that way. There's mines over there. That would be bad. Garuda is cool with me. Oh, it's so easy to hit with those anti-matter cannons stuff. Oh. What the heck is the core? Oh, it's right there. Wheel of Dread. Razor Trickle. Yeah, that seems like a reasonable thing. Yeah, it's a little painful for Symphonia, I think. Like, it's not pink. No, that's the one we just selected. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh. Those mod A's gotta get those torpedoes and stuff out front, it's gonna get wrecked. Oh, oh yeah, there, run away. Now that the weapons lock are blown up. Yeah, spawning drones does require ship power. I mean, it requires energy, so you need generators to spawn that many drones at that rate. I think they take a fair amount of energy. That ship must have had generators. It's kind of an interesting fight with until Mod A just gets out of range of all those antimatter cannons. It'll be fine. But it's trying too hard to use its own antimatter cannons. What's it Russian? I wonder if it thinks that its mines are part of the... The drones are a bit slow though. Really fast ships can outrun them. But if you have enough, then you can just completely spam them. This happened last time where Astion is kind of losing until it gets all its main weapons blown off, and then it just runs away and wins. Yeah, I think they must be using. I think the AI must be using the mine, counting the mines as part of the damage per second, which it then calculates it should rush, which it clearly shouldn't be doing. Oh yeah, have the drones use up a fixed amount of power. That's a good idea. Currently, it just requires power to respawn drones, but that would be an additional thing. That'd be nice because then you could kind of deploy your drones and then you'd run out of power. So there's like extra feedback. That's a good idea. I think answer of Mod D here is completely built with the assumption that it's going to be the longest range thing out there, right? It's just going to run away, but it's not working out here. just the full frontal blast of that one. Anti-matter cannons. It's like the shields aren't even there. Yeah, I want to. So in the main campaign game, you can like if you're flying your ship around, you can rebind your weapons to either like point defense or auto fire, or to like one of the different mouse buttons. This carrier B is a super lag machine. But so anyway, you can rebind any weapons to point defense. So like proton swords, for example, are actually pretty good point defense. But I want to. It's not implemented yet, but I plan to make it so that you can bind drones to point defense, and then they'll like kind of circle around your ship and try to shoot down missiles and stuff instead of attacking. That would be cool. The AI will probably deploy them like that too. It's always hard for the AI to make really intelligent decisions about stuff like that. It's kind of far in advance, though. I suppose it could look at the enemy and see how many missiles they have, and if they have a lot. Yeah, so in the current, like in alpha, you can set proton swords and burst lasers to point defense, but it doesn't affect the AI. It's only for when the player is flying it. The AI has its own algorithm for determining whether to use weapons for point defense. Yeah, it's funny. Everyone is complaining about the snow catcher ships as being exploity, but carrier B here seems way more exploity actually. That's okay. It's sort of the fun thing about the tournament, right? We discovered a meta that seems like unbeatable, and I'll try to fix it. You know, otherwise everyone can redesign their ships. It's like part of the whole thing, then. So maneuvering, the way what am I trying to say? The 3 AI behaviors that show up on the tournament screen, which are a slight simplification of or complete AI behavior, obviously. But maneuvering means that it's trying to stay within range. It's trying to move to a position which is like near the maximum of its own range, but within its own range. Yeah, I think like a lot of the sort of like really fast running away ships kind of thing is kind of a problem in a lot of sports. Like in many like sort of one-on-one competitive sports, like for example boxing, you get these you get like a constrained constrained space, like a ring. And it happens in like battle bots and things like that too. So having like a constrained ring or something like that would maybe be a like reasonable counter for these kind of running away ships. Oh, sorry, camera. I'm sorry. Sending a log. Yeah, I think like the barrier, like what is an exploit exactly? It's kind of an interesting question. I think the answer is like not that obvious. And like in fighting games, competitive fighting games, they call exploits technology. And people develop new exploits / technology, and then they can really change the whole fighting game. It's kind of cool to watch that. Like after a few years, a fighting game is a completely different game than when it starts. Like what things you need to do to win are completely different. I think as long as like the quote-unquote exploits keep the game sort of fair, and they have reasonable counters, then they don't reduce the game to something that's really boring to watch, then it's probably okay. The major changes I would make would be to keep it fair and to keep it fair so that there's not like one single degenerate ship that's just going to win no matter what. And to keep it so that the battles are interesting. I don't think that like not intended is not a good definition for an exploit though, because like emergent behavior is also what happens when something that we didn't like. If the only things that happen in the game were things that I intended, it would be like a really boring game, right? The whole point of creating like a computer game with that kind of open-ended building system is that people will do things that I didn't intend, right? I mean, I guess that intended is kind of a vague word also. Yeah, running inside and getting caught. That's just the AI being stupid, though. The real problem is not that I didn't intend it. The problem is that the AI is behaving in a really obviously dumb way. Yeah, and the running backwards doesn't make for an interesting fight. So those are definitely problems. Nintendo gear part. Yes. The problem is that if we make the one problem is that if we make the matches like happen in a cage, kind of, with a boundary, then the AI will have to know how to maneuver around inside of that, and it'll have to add all this extra logic for like trying to get out of corners and stuff like that. It's not impossible. Just something that would take me probably more than a week. Yeah, so we have two heavily droned ships here in the finals. It's interesting though, because the droners didn't win in the probes. Like we had some heavy drone ships and probes, and we got destroyed by a flak cannon. It's like almost a totally different game depending on the category. I think that from the point of view of the tournaments, it makes sense to try to build exploit ships. I mean, it's basically like you're just trying to build a ship that's going to win the tournament, right? It's like such a constrained environment, and there's so much focus placed on winning that it makes sense to try to do. I'm okay with that in these tournaments. In the general game, though, like these tournaments are not really like the main part of the game, and in the general game, people. Like you're going to be building ships and they're going to show up in other people's games, and in that situation I hope that things like aesthetics and just sort of like building cool themed fleets will become much more of a part of it. I'm going to try to have a lot less focus on like in the main game on like exactly who's winning most, and have it be more like kind of who has cool ships, or I don't know. It's not really focused on the main game. It's not going to be nearly as focused on like victory conditions. It'll just be more like building cool things for other people to experience. Yep. We could have some kind of like super powerful long-range missiles that like don't deploy until they're like really far from your ship, you know? So you'd like launch it, and then like it takes them like a few seconds to deploy, but well, yeah, I guess that's the problem. It's just they'll be used by the other guys too. Yeah, actually, having better AI for the flak cannons might help significantly against drones. I think currently each flak cannon has sort of totally independent, and they each target the nearest drone, which often results in them all targeting the same drone. So if we have some kind of like whole ship flak thing where each flak cannon, we try to like tag each flak cannon with one, or tag each drone with one flak cannon, they would probably shoot them down a lot better. Anyway, Carrier B wins. That's camo, right? I'm not sure who built that ship, but congratulations. This is Proton, yeah. These ships like perfectly fit into each other. It's funny. That was great. well, it's not catcher proton. It's not so dominating, but it's a little not too exciting to watch. Where did the eye drip? Which match are you talking about? I'm watching Laser Cutter versus Catcher Proton. I wish Twitch really didn't have this delay. It makes it really awkward to try to converse with the people on the channel as the streamer. You can see the ablation beam here is running out of energy. It's causing the proton beams to flicker. I don't know why the ships keep getting stuck aiming like slightly not at the core. Whoa. Yeah, I think it's like the aiming problem has got to be like a precision problem. It's like, well, if the angle is within like some epsilon, and the epsilon is too big. I'll have to go read the Bay 12 forums post if you guys are reporting flux on it. I used to be super into Dwarf Fortress, by the way. I probably spent several hundred hours playing the game. I think Vincent is very cool looking here. I like the off-center proton beam. It's kind of pretty. Oh, through limit theory? Yeah, I think all our best advertising is like random people posting on other people's forums. Looking at the like Kickstarter analytics too, I can see that I think the Bay 12 forum thread accounted for like nearly $1,000 of Kickstarter backing, I think. It's like word of mouth, right? And I think I saw the limit theory forum thread on there too. Vincent is a little lucky here that those beams are not pointing in a slightly different direction. Proton squid. Oh, we got there, but no more proton swords left over. Uh-oh. I didn't make the post on either the Bay 12 forums or the Limit Theory forums. I don't know who did, but thank you. Whoever did. Maybe I should come over and say hi. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what I think is happening here? Laser Cutter like blew off half the proton swords on Proton Fortress, and it was like, oh look, I have a DPS advantage, I should rush in now. And then it gets killed. I think that's what's happening. Yeah, it's like I think it needs to oh, did it get really big? Yeah, I should look. Yeah, Lemon Theory looks like a really cool game too. I haven't played it, but I remember when it first came on Kickstarter and made $1 billion and everything. The guy, I watched this video. The developer looks really smart. I saw the nebulas and stuff. It seems like the community is doing really well. How far along is it? Is he, has he been releasing a lot of betas or something? Or yeah, Lemon Theory. That's what I was wondering. How far along is? Buggy Strangler. Kind of a cool looking ship. It reminds me of one of the ships from the last one. Also had those arms with the proton sword. These proton matches are so peaceful. Except for the proton sword ones. Those are not peaceful. Yeah, I think Thuggy would do really well against a ship that was not as fast. Thuggy... oh wow, that was brutal. Seems to be designed to rush in and wreck it. Oh shoot, no one has any points. Oh no, fleeing French army. Oh wait, 6 points, 29 points. Okay. Okay, the French army got slightly more points. Let's see if Demarquez can catch the French army. Oh wait, no, this is laser cutter. It's gaining. Oh wow. Two proton swords left. No more weapons. Oh. Yeah, Demarquez would just hold off for a minute while the proton swords regrew. Yeah, just like one, right? One more sword. Just need one. Let's see how it does this time. It's so high speed. Oh, got all the weapons, but it's not going to be able to catch it. There we go. I won that time. What's the purpose of those antennas on Demarquez? Does this help with something? You just get burned off pretty fast. Oh, one proton beam left. Will it be enough? Hard to say. Oh no, Demarquez is out of weapons. That one proton beam. I'm gonna try so hard. Oh, it's gonna lose though. That'll be funny if we get fleeing French army versus laser cutter. Well, the fleeing French army seems to be unwilling to engage, so given that it has 15 more points, that may prevail. I really liked how the laser cutter would kind of like flinch almost when I got hit with the proton swords in that last match. That was great. I think it engaged the, oh shit, I'm actually in range of the enemy weapon, not just trying to maneuver out of range. Yeah, actually. No, they don't know how many points they have. It's just fleeing because it doesn't want to. It doesn't want to be in range of Vincent. Yeah, it just happens to have slightly more points. I think so. The DPS calculations actually take into account how much hull the other ship has. It's not just pure damage per second. It's like damage per second divided by how much total health the other ship has, or something like that. All right, here we go. This will be an exciting match of running away. The French army has more guns. Oh, it got unlucky though. That wasn't so good for the French army. They're so slow going forwards though. Hilariously slow. It looks like Laser Cutter is probably going to take this match though. Does Flank French Army have any thrusters going forwards? Oh, it has like 2 tiny ones on the back. 3. Yeah, for some reason Laser Cutter seems to be better at aiming. Yeah, I kind of dislike the whole square with gun ship design thing too, but it's hard to come up with rules that will sort of emergently provide beautiful ships with better performance. Well, there you go, deceleration. You won one of the categories. Let's see how Twilight Sparkle goes too. Oh, the star is cool looking now. No, no, what's happening? What are you doing? Why are they stopping? There seems to be some confusion about whether they're in range or not. Wow. I know, right? Damn it. Okay, well, I guess let's skip the rest of this match and make a note. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I thought I didn't notice. Yeah, I know, debugging spree. I know it's been kind of painful to run this tournament because they're a bunch like the exact same glitch happened in the last tournament, and I just didn't have time to fix it this week. But I'll get there. I think that I had thought that it was a problem with the thrusters whereby like it wouldn't accelerate even though it was trying to accelerate because acceleration would cause too much spinning. And I did fix that bug, but I think that it has to do with the disconnect between the perceived range of the weapons and like the part of the AI that's responsible for maneuvering itself thinks, oh look, I'm in range, and then part of the AI that's responsible for shooting says, but I'm not in range, and then it just sits there. I think that must be what the problem is. These ships are super similar. Is Camo's fault a little faster? Hard to tell. Probably a little faster because tank is using more, has more cannons. Oh, hey, Twilight Sparkle and Twilight Sparkle clone. That Doppler effect. I feel like the tanks category has pretty much converged on a couple of designs. Now look at that, pulling back its enemies' blocks. They're not moving. No, Russian Twilight Sparkle, you can take advantage. There you go. Are these the exact same design? I think they're exactly the same. Okay. Those red bullets from Plasma Fortress look so evil. Oh, Pinkie Pie. Oh. Oh yeah, you can see that was the convex hull. After Pinkie Pie got smashed, that was the convex hull thing we were talking about earlier. I was talking about earlier, where it approximates the ship using a convex hull. If it's not actively getting shot at, it can push the debris outside. It works really well for certain ship shapes, but for ships like that, which have a lot of internal area, it obviously looks wrong. If anyone has an algorithm that will take a ship, and subdivide it into a fairly small number of convex shapes, really fast, please tell me. Yeah, so the game approximates ships using the convex hull of the shape of the ship under certain conditions, namely when they're not actively being blown up. It works really well for ships like Camel's Fault, which are, basically convex. Yeah, I know there's these tessellation algorithms, but they're all they're all kind of complicated. We can it's hard to do that. I have to run them really fast because the ship shape can be updated constantly. And also, it's in general, trying to figure out what the outside shape of the ship is really hard. There's not a clear definition for the outside of the shape, outside shape of a ship. Especially if you look at something like Snowcatcher, it has all these internal holes, right? You don't want the outside to take that into account. Yeah, so what happens in the tournament case is that, yeah, you can just saw the convex hull just pushed out the debris. It turned on, it turns on after like a second or something like that of the damage. It's probably on right now, but when we start shooting, it gets turned off transparently and you can't see it. Yeah, we could calculate the whole convex hull. Okay, it's over. Yeah, Snowcatcher won. Not too much surprising there. We could calculate the whole convex hull just once for the ship design and have it be slower. That would be fine. But like the problem is that the definition of the outline of a ship is kind of poorly defined. Like there's some algorithms like I think it's called an alpha shape that I was looking into that can record the shape of a ship, but that encapsulate the sort of intuitive idea of what is the outline of a shape, but they're actually like really complicated. Yeah, right. Okay, I'm just gonna run a bunch of ships in one giant battle for fun, and then the tournament will be over. Well, the tournament's already over, but I'm just gonna run this one thing because I think it'll be fun to watch. Let's see. No, I didn't want just for interceptor one. Oh, great, contest. Okay. Let's see. Maybe not the interceptors, actually. Let me do the cruisers. Okay. Well, let me just like place them all in some not totally obvious, not totally like, let me spread them out a little bit. This might like look kind of glitchy in a bunch of ways. Like they're probably gonna get out of each other's thrust sensor range because in the tournaments they have like infinite sensor range, but in normal mode, which is what it's running in now, they have like they have a limited sensor range. So that may cause a little bit of problems. Should still be fun. I'm gonna go need to set their factions all like individually in a minute too. Let's see. My ring is a little bit too small. Some of you guys are unluckily. Well, not this ship. This ship is for a ton. Anti-matter cannons. I've been unlucky. Here, I'll leave. I'm gonna leave this guy right in the middle. Okay, that's vaguely round, right? Okay, all right. Let me see. I have to set all of the factions. Faction equals 100. So that was 1 or 2. Two. I got this guy. I remember. Yeah, I know, right? That would be nice if there was a command to do this automatically. It probably would take me less time to program it than like actually doing this. Oh well, next time. Alright, I think I got everything. Yeah, I'll do that next time. Sorry, is everyone watching? I'm going to activate it, and they're all going to blow each other up like really fast. So make sure you're watching. Oh, so I can pan the camera around so you can see what's going on. Oh no, they're all just running away from each other. That's lame. Don't do that. Why are you doing that? Peaceful mode, right? And well, none of they're all like I'm like severely outnumbered here, right? Okay, let me see. I can change some of the AI flags, I think, to make them a little more violent. I need to look up what the exact flags are. Attack, dodges, smart fire. Yeah, they're all like, it would be a really bad idea for me to start attacking things right now because I'm totally surrounded. I mean, it's because in the normal game, like the AI is like kind of has a little bit of self-preservation instinct. Okay, all right, there we go. I changed the flags. Now let's restart into the hands. They're still not shooting each other. They're shooting each other. They have different factions. I'm not sure why they're not shooting at each other. I'm gonna try. I'm just gonna take control of one of these ships here, and then incite combat. Hey, you shoot me. Uh-oh. Fight on the back. Of course, in the middle there. Okay, clearly I'm not as good at flying as the AI. Let's try that again. Me. Oops. Oops, I got killed again. Genius. Yeah, I'm not sure why they're not attacking each other. Oh, well, they don't see each other. Maybe that's why. The orange circle there is the radius. So now it sees him, but it's still not. Go ahead. What the heck is he doing? Oh well, sorry. I guess it's not working. I don't know why they're not talking to each other. I'll have to debug it. What if I just spawn like a bunch more fleets? These guys are attacking things. Yeah, so all these normal ships are attacking stuff. There you go. There's some chaos. Everything. I'll go again. What is that? Oh, I need to set the this is the little brown guys are the self-replicating faction that produce more themselves. They hit the cap limit though. Let me change that. I think it's max commands. Alright, we should start self-replicating. These guys. See, they're letting themselves off. And have a whole bunch of them. Some of these gray ships actually can self-replicate also, like this one. Oh yeah, there we go, watch, it's just like launched, just spawned another ship. You can see the cool cellular background. Looks really nice in this kind of situation. I think all the tournament ships are kind of getting wrecked here by their inability to make money. Nice. Now they have a little bit more of a chance. Yeah, they're getting a little mobbed. These self-replicating guys. God, they're getting... The game is getting a little slow now. Someone needs to head over to the left there and kill all those self-replicating ships. Oh. This guy finally gets to shine. It's getting a little out of hand. Oh my god, these guys are getting really out of hand. Problem with exponential replication. God. We're getting mobbed over here. Run away! There's nowhere to run. No, it's no catcher. It's just completely like scooping them up like a giant whale. Scooping up krill. Look at that. A giant alien whale. I don't think it's gonna fit out here. Let's use they're unstoppable except for the all-powerful mouse. Blink. Just hold dread on. Oh, it's oh. Yeah, I think they're all going to be on the same team though now. I can spawn all the Alright, there we go. We have the dreadnoughts versus the cruisers. Or versus the interceptors. Probably the dreadnoughts will win. Oh, there's the droner though, it's getting a little close. Oh yeah, the faction number doesn't really matter, I think. It just has to be different. Well, it does matter if a little bit, it affects the AI flags a little bit. I don't think faction 9 has any AI flags set up. Chaos. It's a little slow. Dreadnoughts are kind of big. Oh, look at those drones. Oh, it's nice to do. Not firing antimatter cannons. There's an antimatter cannon. Oh, it's going out of there. This guy's resilient. Yeah, the drones are a little expensive. They have like a full AI, just like a tiny ship. What do I need for the convex hull algorithm? So the idea here, okay, I'll turn on convex hull debugging. You can see how it works. Like that. You can see the line around the ship, right? There's the convex hull. So what I would really like is the physics engine needs convex hulls, right? But what I'd really like is to have like if you look here, it's doing a really bad job on this ship. What I really like is if it could kind of outline the ship in like slightly more tightly, and maybe like subdivide it into like 4 or 5 convex hulls, or like here, like if it could just kind of go around the inside there, subdividing it into a few convex hulls. That would be great. I just have what I have as input is just the points on each block. You can see it turning on and off here, maybe. Why are there 2 of these? Okay, well, that's probably enough messing around in the sandbox. Okay. 2D analog of marching cubes after running the blocks into the grid. Oh yeah, that could totally work. It wouldn't perfectly wrap around the ship, because you'd have some snapping to the grid. That would probably work pretty well. It's nice because you can change the grid resolution now. Now you can tune it. It's a good idea. Could probably make it fast enough too. Oh my god, oh my god. Here they are getting a little out of control. You can see the background all blocking up. There's too many ships. Yeah. It's not clear how to convert that. Like you could figure out if there's any blocks inside that. I mean, well, it's not too hard actually. You just make the convex hull be the edges of the you do the marching cubes, and then if there are any points inside of one of the squares, then you just rule it out, and then it's true that you don't know how to make the edge around all the cubes. You've upscaled the problem to a larger set of cubes, but it doesn't really solve it, does it? Computational geometry. Yeah, you can see it's still running reasonably fast despite there being like 6 billion of these guys because they're so small. But like, if there were this many dreadnoughts, it would be not fast at all. No, it's okay if they overlap the individual. It's actually like almost better if they overlap, because it like helps prevent things from getting. Yeah, it's totally not a problem. It's actually better if they overlap because it helps prevent things from getting stuck. Like what happens a lot, problem with physics simulation is that things get stuck like in between 2 blocks. Maybe some internal debugging. Things get stuck between 2 blocks, like, and then they kind of get like fiddly stuck in there. It's better if they overlap, because then things don't get stuck. They just get pushed outside the hole. Yeah, right. So we have 14,000 blocks right now, or 9,000 clusters, but due to the convex hull algorithm like working really well for these little guys, we only have about 2,000 physics shapes right now. so it's not too slow. Yeah, no, right. Those freaking planets kill performance. So it's like they're like the worst possible thing for physics. But you can see what it's doing. It's kind of cool. It's running at about the simulation is running at about half speed. Oh, later, nice fast filter. Yeah, I'm gonna be done in just a second. I don't know why it's like stuttering like that, but it's about a third physics, a third running the blocks, and a third doing AI. The AI is a little choppy. It's always hard to make the AI run at like an even speed. All right, I think I'm gonna turn this off too. Is it gonna be free? No, it's not gonna be free. The ship builder is free. The full game, which includes the sandbox thing I'm playing around with, is definitely not free. Or nearly 2 years of my life into this thing. It'd be nice to be able to live off of it, at least for a little while. All right. Thanks for coming, everyone. It's been fun, and especially thank you to all the people that submitted ships. Couldn't have done it without you. Really appreciate it. And if there's anyone who hasn't seen the Kickstarter, we're on Kickstarter. Yeah, it'll be on YouTube. I'll post links on my website and on Twitter and stuff like that. So if you didn't get to see the whole thing, it'll be on YouTube. And if you haven't already, if for the like one person here who hasn't already seen the Kickstarter, we have a Kickstarter. Please help us finish the game. So, all right, that's it. Thanks everyone. Goodbye.